What have been the changes that this school has recently gone through in these past few years? And how do you remember your participation in them?
You mean in last few years?
Yeah.
I think we are more open, and we are more open also to discuss all the things with the students, because we did it before also, but it was not so planned. Somebody did and somebody didn't, but now we are very focused on cooperation with students and parents, and we think it's very important that everybody feels it's not only teachers' thing, it's everybody's thing to work together.
That's great, but the first thing that you mentioned is that you're more open in general. What do you exactly mean by that?
For example, I mean that you are here. We are very interested about other countries, how they work, and for example, your school is bilingual, and it's quite interesting thing for us, because I think it's very good idea to learn subjects in other language and learn language in the same time. And we think it's good idea to look around, not only in Estonia, in other schools, also in all Europe and world, and look what works good, and maybe we can try something like that also.
That's wonderful. This school has been considered to be as one of the best in Estonia. What do you think that led to this consideration, and why?
I don't know if we are the best, but I like to work here, and I hope our students like to be here also. I think it's the people, because we had very good teachers, and it's very good teamwork. And we have also excellent students, because they work as teammates. They don't feel like students. They talk with teachers, and they are very
Great.
yeah, they are excellent. And they know sometimes you need to work hard to get better results, and sometimes you need to say, I'm very, very tired and I need to time out, and it's important to make cooperation.
As an administrator, you have to take care and maintain the quality of your education and its main aspects, like good behavior, equality, and attention to students that need special help. How do you do it, and how do you manage it?
Actually, my profession is I'm special pedagogue. I'm prepared to work with students with special needs, and I think it's very good education, because I have a quite good overview what are the difference between different students and what they may need. And actually, I think it's very important that I like to be with students. If I don't like them, it's very hard to work at school. And I think it's important as a teacher to learn all the time self also, and I do it. I have a lot of classes, and I teach also in university, and because of that I should be all the time a little bit higher level, because if I teach teachers in university, I need to be very okay, doesn't matter. Okay.
What are the secrets to be effective with a principal like you, considering that you have to manage a whole team of teachers and that you have to coordinate activities for more than 500 students in 5 buildings?
One more time, it's teamwork. I don't do it alone. I have a lot of very good colleagues, and I share with them all the things. But I like to be in moving. It's very good job for me because I need to be in. I like challenges, and it's good for me to do every day something new. I don't like routines, and it's good for me to work like a place like that. But I think it's very important to have very good colleagues because I can trust them, and they do a lot of things, not only me.
Okay. We are here because of an Erasmus Plus program that you have been doing successfully many years. What is the importance for a school, and what are the main benefits that the students that have similar spaces to ours?
I think the most important thing is that we see the other school systems very close. We not only visit the countries, we can be inside the schools and see how the things working, and it's very important. The second very important thing is the students. They get to know other students, and they can also be more open. It's quite normal, for example, that students who take part in Erasmus Plus in our school, for example, take part some kind of student exchange, and they learn. It's different schools, but every school has something to learn and take over. And I think it's quite good motivator also because everybody likes traveling, and Erasmus gives possibility to travel, not only travel, but also see inside the different countries. And
what are the most remarkable changes that you took from other countries to your education?
Yes, for example, we are in library right now, and in France they had a kind of reading rally, and it's for students who start to read, and they have type of books, and you have to read them, and you have to fill after that very simple 3 question, and it's kind of competition in reading, and we took over that from one our partner school, but mostly I think it's small things. For example, if I teach in some, for example, Spanish school, and I see how, for example, Alberto does something, I can learn something very maybe small, but I see it's very effective, and I can take over. And I think our teachers, they are learned a lot of different tools, how to work with the students. And I think our teachers are very, they are more open now, because if you has to speak with everybody, for example, me, my English is very, very bad. My first origin language is German, actually. I had never ever learned English in school. I learned English through reading, but if I have to speak, I see it's not so terrible, and I can manage. Okay.
Looking ahead in time, what do you think will be the evolution of the Estonian education in the next few years?
We talk a lot of, I don't know how it's English, we want to personalize all the students' ways. I don't know how good we can be in that, but it's because every student is very different. For example, for me, it's very hard to sit down, but somebody needs all the time long to sit down. And it's very difficult if there are, for example, 26 students and everybody has different needs, to teach them all together. And we talk a lot of about that to get every student what she or he needs. And it's not easy, but we are working for that.
evaluating student performance. Normally in Spain, the way it's done is through like 3 evaluation periods. You take the year and you divide it in 3 parts. And
We have also 3 periods.
3 periods, okay. And the tools that we use the most are written exams, and the questions come from, let's say, more theoretical, some practical things in different subjects, but it's mostly the performance in those exams, and of course in classwork. How do you measure student performance? Because your students in Estonia have done well in, let's say, more practical surveys like PISA.
We are measuring all year long because in the school they make kind of test every week in different subjects, because if we have some kind of for example, I had one teema, õppetükk.
That's a topic.
Yeah, if one topic ends, it's very common, we make a test.
Okay.
And if somebody didn't pass it, he or she has to take it one more time, because we don't go on before everybody has arranged the level. And I think it's very important, we don't do only we don't measure only, we say if you are not good enough, we have to work a little bit more. Okay. And we don't stop after measuring. We work with these students who isn't in level, and I think it's quite important. We have almost 20 lessons per week to the students who needs to do something more.
So they have exams mostly every week.
It's not so big some exams. For example, it's one topic, and after that they.
But you can do a project too, or you can do.
We do projects also, but we also they are writing kind of exam. It's smaller, lot smaller.
It's smaller.
Yes,
Okay.
test.
It's
more.
test.
Yes.
It's like choosing 1, 2, 3.
No, they also have to, for example, say why you think it's so, and not only check.
Okay.
It's more difficult. For example, in chemistry they have to, or in math they have to say, they have to do things, not only say.
Well, they have to do things. Okay.
Yes, but I think it's very important. If I had talked with teachers from other countries, they say we do measuring, and after that we go on.
Yeah.
But we don't go on. If we do measuring, we see what maybe they want, what they need more,
Yes.
and teacher go back.
What happens if the student doesn't get to the minimum level?
We work with students.
Apart? In the
It
group?
depends. We have lessons after the school day, and we can say you should go and have one more math lesson in week because you don't have arrived the level. Or we can, for example, if the test was not good for all class, then the teacher should go back with all students and teach again, and then we go on. But we don't go on before everybody is.
So nobody's left behind.
Yes.
How many students repeat or don't pass a year? Is
Nobody.
Nobody?
Nobody, because we do it during the year.
Okay.
Yes, nobody. Because, for example, we have in the grades. In November, we make exams in all kind of exams,
Yes.
in all classes. And if somebody is, for example, in math, in not good level, she will get extra math lesson straight.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, and it's individual, and she or he has to go in these lessons.
Okay.
And then we hope she or he will be back in same level with other students. and he or she will continue with regular lessons also.
So you have to have extra
Yes.
teachers to do this.
We put sometimes we need more educated teachers, for example, special pedagogue.
Okay.
But not every time. Sometimes she or he needs special time for teacher because they need a little bit more contact and
Okay.
she needs to talk, teach individually a little bit more.
Okay. All right. So nobody fails.
Nobody fails.
Nobody fails.
End of years.
Okay.
In middle of the year,
Good fail.
yes, but then we work with them who fails. We are not leaving them behind.
Okay. That's interesting. We try to do the same thing, but sometimes it doesn't work.
Yes, sometimes it doesn't work
We
here
don't
also.
always succeed. That's the problem.
But the end of year, everybody exceeds. We work lot of lessons and different things
So
during the year.
You know how to motivate them to do it.
Not
Because-
everybody. Sometimes we try to motivate and it doesn't work. And when we say only, you have to.
Okay.
Everybody.
And then they do it.
Yes, because if I go every time and say, for example, the lesson they give after the extra lessons with the teacher. They, for example, they got 10 lessons and they have to take 10. And for example, if she or he is not, is absent, she or he has to make it next week 2 lessons. Otherwise, he or she has 1 lesson per week, but if he or she is absent, next week 2 lessons.
Okay.
And we count the lessons and we say you have to do all the, for
So
example,
they
10 lessons.
they don't want to go to those extra lessons.
Yes.
They have to
Yes.
perform in the
Yes.
end. Okay. Okay. All right.
And is that the main motivation that you try to focus on?
We try to focus on motivation, but it's not very easy for everybody because I think motivation is very personal. That fun thing, if the thing is motivating for me, maybe it's not for me. And it's kind of tricky business to find motivator to everybody, but students don't want to have extra lessons, and it's quite good motivator.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
And they know if they don't pass, they get extra lessons, and they want to do it in.
And the parents, do they have something to say about all this? Do they
They
participate
agree.
in the strategies to?
They know what
really
we work like that, and they agree with that.
Okay.
A couple of minutes ago, you talked about that if any of this actually works, the student can go to extra lessons on the afternoons. And how does that work?
No idea. They are just going. I make if they had to go, we have 2 kind of extra lessons. One is in one lesson you have to go, and other lessons you can go if you need help from teacher, and they are very popular. If, for example, I feel I'm not very good, I need some extra help, and their lessons they can go, but they don't have to go. And the other lessons they know they have to go.
They're forced.
Yeah, they are forced.
Okay.
It's the rule, and everybody knows, and everybody has to follow it.
Well, if the rules work, it's fine.
Not every time, but we work to do them working. It's, for example, me, I check you had extra lesson, did you was there, and if you wasn't, I make a new agreement when do you should make new lessons, and we take time for that.
Daniela,
And it's very important to understand it's not punishment. It's possibility to go on with other students. And it's very big difference, because if I say it's punishment, you don't want to go. But if I say it's something to help you to be together with all other students, it's much better. And I think it is.
Do they feel like that? They don't feel punished?
I hope they feel more that, but I don't know exactly. I work for that they feel it's. I work for that they feel we want to everybody be in good level. And